Okay, everyone, stay calm. Stay calm. It's happening again. I'm out hunting squid to get some black dye to make up some light grey wool. This chappie turned up and he wants to give me my first trident. Hey. Lucky I turned on record, isn't it? You guys get to see that? Oh, and we've got all the enchantments over here for it as well. Well, isn't that just a beautiful little thing? I can't believe I got that trident. That's like the third or fourth guy that tried to hit me with tridents that I managed to kill. And we got our first trident. What a day. What a day. Hey, going everyone. My name's Microcosm and welcome to episode 21 of our Let's Play series. Let me tell you, that trident came along just at the right time, because I was thinking of going ocean exploring this episode anyway. I was building that ship that we were just up on, this little beauty here, and I got a little tired of getting up and down the hard way. I need some scaffolding. Been all this time and I still don't have any, and I tell you what, it's not for lack of trying, because I've searched all over this world, or at least a fair ways around where I am right now, looking for a jungle so I could get some bamboo, and so far no luck whatsoever. I had a hard enough time finding a desert, let alone a jungle. And the only other place you can get bamboo without a jungle, to my knowledge, is a shipwreck, which is out at sea. So let's get ourselves some enchantments here for our nice new trident and bring it with us on our little adventure. Let's see, what do I want for this thing? Well, I tell you what, I think I will skip the riptide tree. As much as it's tempting, right now it doesn't suit what we need. So we'll get some impaling 5 for sure. Thank you. Oh, your prices have gone up. Thanks guys, appreciate that. What else do we want? We want loyalty 3 for sure. You're still at a reasonable price. I like you better. We want channeling. We want unbreaking 3. And of course, mending. A little enchanting and 48 expensive levels later, and we have our perfect trident. And we're ready to get going. Out onto the open ocean. And one of the benefits of having this trident with us is that if we're lucky enough to come across an ocean monument, we'll be able to defend ourselves against guardians. But aside from that, if we just run across some drowns, especially if we're exploring shipwrecks, it's pretty good to have a trident to fight them one-on-one in their own element. But guys, one thing that you will notice is that even though I love my shaders, I'm enjoying using the shaders quite a bit. What happened here? Was this me? Yoink. This must have been me previously. Anyway, as much as I'm enjoying my shaders, it does have one particular limitation, and that is you can't really see under the water, right? Look, you can't see a damn thing. So for this particular adventure, I'm going to have to go in and switch them off. So there's a little glimpse of our world with no shaders on. It's hardly recognizable. But immediately we can see our quarry in the distance. That was just good timing. I had no idea that was there. Excellent. So I'll have a little sleep on this island and then we'll get exploring that shipwreck. This is a particularly intact shipwreck. Look, I feel like you very seldom see these so intact. We get to try our trident out with our nice loyalty feature. There he goes. Throwaway joke. I don't think I've seen that one before. Very punny. And there's our first kill with our trident. Excellent. Very good. And let's see. Can we get ourselves... Come back. Come back. Thank you. We get ourselves a little bit more. Oh yes, a little bit more ink sacks. That's going to be handy in the future. So I keep running out of black dye. This is fun. Fingers crossed, folks. No. No. I won't turn my nose up at the emeralds, though. How about this one? No such luck. It's just shipwreck treasure. I'm pretty sure where you get the bamboo, you don't get it in the treasure map. So I feel like we shouldn't get distracted and go checking treasure maps. Okay, we don't have any in this shipwreck. It would have been too good to be true, wouldn't it, folks, if it was the first shipwreck we checked? I imagine this may be a long expedition, so bear with me. Well, that didn't take very long. Look, our original, where did it go? Our first shipwreck is right there. And I've only come this far and we can see the next one. There's no way I would spot these with the shaders on. As nice as they are. There's no way. Okay, here we go. Hold the breath and one more chance. Let's go, let's go, let's go. No, we got a bottle o' enchanting though. We might as well take it. I can't bring myself to fill my inventory with iron. I'm so rich with iron. Fiff at your iron, fiff. No books. And no. Suspicious. Do you see what I see? Oh, you are kidding me. That is so close to our home. Oh, you are kidding me. That is so lucky. Again, shaders, no bloody way. This is amazing. I've only literally just come out. No bamboo as yet, but we have found our first ocean monument. That was under our nose the whole time. Who knew? Well, that's exciting stuff because I was looking forward or hoping, crossing my fingers that we might run across one of these little beauties. So I will take the coordinates of that and come right back pretty soon. Oh. Oh, you want to have a trident fight? Let's do it. Let's do it. The first ever trident fight. Get in there. Oh, you never stood a chance, brother. I was kind of hoping for another trident. I'm getting greedy. Well, this one did not fare so well. It's all tipped on its side and whatnot. Let's see if we can find these chests. There's one. Nope. Pumpkins. Useless. And I think because of how damaged this one is, there was only one chest, unfortunately. So on to the next place. Oh, hey, look. I think that's the village that we dropped into when we first spawned. So our original spawn must be just over there somewhere. Shall we pop in and say hello? Hey guys! Let me do something right here, right now, because I remember you. I told you something. I told you that I would come back to trade with you. And even though, of course, I don't need your sweeping edge sword, I did promise you. You're welcome. Nice new sweeping edge sword and a happy neighbor. Why not? As you can see, I've traveled a long way without finding anything of interest, and this is the first shipwreck I've even come across for a long time, and there it is. Oh wow, look at the coordinates HUD. Look at how far I had to go for a piece of bamboo. I got two. Can you believe it? Wow, it's going to take me forever to get home, but I tell you what, it's all worth it in the end. We get our bamboo. I'm very relieved to have that done because now we can have some scaffolding and a little bit more freedom. I want those, thank you. A little bit more freedom in our building. So that is that. Challenge completed. Time to head back home. We're almost home here. And let me do something that I've been meaning to do ever since I built that ship. Because this guy here, he just keeps escaping. This is the same villager, I'm sure of it. That keeps ending up out here. And I don't know what he thinks he's doing, but if you want a life at sea, my friend, I'm happy to oblige. Up you go, buddy. Look, some nice land. Get up on it. There you go. Now, yes. Onto the ship. Perfect. I bestow upon you the title of Captain of the Ship. Congratulations. One bamboo farm. Don't question me. And now we have to get prepared, and we're not going to be hesitating. We're getting right back over to that ocean monument. And I believe over here I have the makings of potions of water breathing, which we need these boys for. It's almost like I thought ahead, isn't it? So let's take all of these and leave some over at our brew house, because that's where we've got ahead. I also have some lovely golden carrots in my inventory, and they're going to be for a potion of visibility. Is that what it's called? No, it's a potion of night vision. That's it. Because we want to be able to see while we're underwater. And as I think of it, we go back to our lovely shaders. Ah, that's better, isn't it? I mean, it wasn't too bad without the shaders, but I like the shaders much better. But whilst we're under the water, they're not going to be super helpful. So I think with the night vision potion, we should be just fine. So let me get that done, and then we'll head over to that ocean monument and start kicking some ass. And here we are, totally and fully prepared. Perhaps even over-prepared, though I may regret saying that very shortly. We have a handy little island here overlooking, right down there, our ocean monument, which gives us a little base of operations. So first things first, pop down my bed and we'll set spawn just here, because you never know, right? And speaking of you never know, we have plenty of things in our inventory to help us out. We've got a bucket of milk, because you never know. We've got spruce doors, because you never know. These will help us breathe underwater if all else fails. We have a few golden carrots for the initial battles with the Elder Guardians. And of course our potions of night vision and our potions of water breathing. And our lovely trident to smack him in the face with. So enough preparing. It's time to get ready. Let's take our night vision potion. Actually, let's have a little look-see first. And now we'll take it. Oh yeah, that was a good decision. Alright, let's put that up there. We'll take our potion of water breathing as we get our effect from the Guardian, and let's go in through the front door, shall we? Okay, we're in, and the first thing to do is get our bearings. So we have to hang a right when we come in the front door, and in order to get around this maze-like structure, I'm going to just do a left recursive search. So every time there's a turn to be taken, I'm going to take a left. Now there are multiple levels, of course, in these monuments, so that means that there is up and down as well as left and right. So what I'll do is I'll go around as far as I can using this method, and then we'll go up at the first opportunity that we can and repeat the process until we find ourselves an Elder Guardian and beat the living poop out of him. Here is the large room at the center of the monument. This usually houses most of the guardians, and as you can see, it's living up to its name. In the center there's this little secret of a bit of gold for us, but we'll get that when we're a little better prepared to deal with it. For now, we'll ignore the guardians as best we can, keep swimming around to break their line of sight, and keep searching for the Elder Guardians, who are our main mission right now. And aside from all those other preparations that we also have the benefit, of course, of Respiration 3 and Aqua Affinity on our helmet and Depth Strider 3 on our boots. So as far as Ocean Monument raids goes, this one should be pretty easy, he says as he gets smacked around by a guardian. Ah, and there's our first Elder Guardian. Let's just gather ourselves, get some saturation into us before we go at him with our trident. And I intend to kill all of these Elder Guardians with tridents. Hello, buddy. Yes, right in your big peaky eyeball. How'd you like that? And that's our first one down, folks, and our first wet sponge, which I am delighted to get. There's nothing quite as satisfying as going around an ocean monument or any waterlogged building and putting down your sponges to dry it out. So maybe we'll do that a little bit later. But first we have one down, but two more to go. Now we're over in the right kind of area for another Elder Guardian, so just make sure that I'm prepped here. Yeah, I'm all good to go. And this room here tends to lead out to an area that usually has one in. If we can get in behind, perhaps, down this direction. I thought I saw a tail there. Is that what I'm looking for? That's what I'm looking for. We just have to get through the other side of this wall somehow. Here he is. Here he is. And he's got quite a few helpers, so we're going to break line of sight again and just take this one a little more carefully. As you can see, he's hitting us with thorns every time we hit him, so we'll just be careful, break that line of sight as all these little helpers try to kill us. And we've got our second one down, and we've died in the meantime. Well, that's a shame. We're gonna have to head back up to our spawn point, grab a door, and hope we can make it down here to get our stuff. It shouldn't be too difficult so long as we keep moving, keep swimming, keep out of the Guardian's range. So let's get that done. I wasn't expecting that death, I'll be honest. There you go. Just goes to show, doesn't matter how good your armor is if you're terrible at PvE. Ooh, I almost drowned a number of times there. Let's get our gear on us. That will help at least. And bucket of milk. Yeah. All our stuff needs to go back into its particular places. And we have a little bit of a calm down. We can get back to this. So it seems we're kind of safe for the moment. So water breathing, night vision. I think we got everything. Is that everything? I believe so. I believe it's everything important. Hope I'm not missing out on anything. Alright, let's keep a little better look on our health this time as we search for that third Elder Guardian and try to take him out with the trident as well. In the meantime, let's drink up. And I think that the third one is usually over this side somewhere. Yeah, and he's going to be surrounded by a fair few protectors as well, so let's try and be a little more careful. There he is, and we've got plenty of pillars here to hide behind. Let's make sure that we do that. Let's take him out if we can. Oh boy, they hit hard. Okay, let's this time get our golden carrots into us. Plenty of saturation and try again. There you go, third one down, and that's the last Elder Guardian out of here. Woo! That was not as easy as I thought it might be, given all the advantages that we gave ourselves, and it just goes to show how challenging these ocean monuments are, which in my opinion is a good thing. I think the more challenges that Minecraft can give us keeps the game interesting, doesn't it? I like to be challenged. Some of the fights, some of the bosses in this game are not as challenging as maybe they should be. You all know what I'm talking about. But these ones are pretty challenging. Like it. Okay, so what do we do now? The question is, do we try to empty out this ocean monument? And I'm just thinking that through all my searching for the Guardians, I have yet to see a sponge room, which of course is totally possible because I believe it's between 0 and 3 sponge rooms can spawn in these ocean monuments, and that means that 0 is a definite possibility, and we may have done that. I'll just take another look around and confirm that that's the case, and I'll let you guys know when I'm finished. Aha! And yes, it seems we do have a sponge room. I was just about to give up. I had searched and searched quite a while. So I'm willing to say this is most likely the only one. But we have a decent few sponges here, so I'm willing to say that I think I want to empty out this ocean monument and perhaps make a start on creating a guardian farm. If nothing else, just to get ourselves a renewable source of prismarine blocks and sea lanterns, which are great building blocks. Some of my favorite building blocks, and I'd like to have them in the inventory whenever we're building, if at all possible. So if we can get rid of this dude before he gets rid of us, I'll gather the rest of these sponges and then we'll put a plan together to get this job done. Back up to the surface and get to the safety of our little island here so that I can show you that we got 34 wet sponges from that room, which is excellent. Much more than I thought we were going to get. That's going to help us a lot as we come back to empty out that ocean monument. But first, I think to do it, I would like to have a conduit set up. And whilst I have some of the ingredients for making a conduit, I don't believe I have all of them, so I may have to do a little detour to get some shells. Indeed, we are lacking Nautilus shells, because we do need 8. Now, I think I may have one more up at the house, which I'll go and fetch now, but lacking a wandering trader willing to trade them with us, that means I'm going to have to spend a little bit of time back down in the ocean, searching for some drowns that have Nautilus shells to offer up to the cause, shall we say. Indeed, I do have one more Nautilus shell here for a total of 4. And if I go up to my treasure box, loot chest, treasure chest, this thing, I believe I have, yes, a Heart of the Sea here. So we have the makings of, I just need 4 more of these bad boys, so I'm going to immediately get onto that, and fingers crossed it won't take too long until I can wrangle up 4 more. Or we get super lucky, because where's your trader, fella? Is he in the house? Yes, he is. Come on. There's no way we were going to be that lucky. I did hope, but no. Packed ice? No, I've got enough of everything that you're trading. Would it be nice to have some coral blocks or Nautilus shells? Just tell your friends, mate. But for now, we're going to have to do the hard work ourselves, so let's get to it. I changed my mind after quickly reading up on the wiki about the percentage chance, which is 3% by the way, of a drowned spawning with a Nautilus shell in its offhand. I decided that my better choice was to go fishing, especially seeing as I've got a pretty good fishing rod here with lure 3 and look of the sea 3. So I have a good chance of getting some nautilus shells pulled up. And also, whilst I'm standing up here on the land, there's a slight chance that a wandering trader might wander by trading nautilus shells too. So this is what I'm going with. I'm going to come back to you with all my nautilus shells once I fish them up. And that is the last nautilus shell we needed. And that it makes a total of 4 that we've just fished up out of the ocean there. And while that took a decent amount of time to complete, I feel like it was the correct decision in the end. Mainly because we could have gone out and fought those drowns and maybe we would have completed our task in the same amount of time. I imagine not, but maybe. But even if we did, we would have ended up with some XP and maybe some rotten flesh. Whilst here, look at all the goodies we got from this. All these treasure items, even a few more lily pads is nice to have. But we got all sorts of good stuff here, including plenty of saddles and not least of all, more name tags. We love some name tags, don't we? So I'm going to pop those things away and then we're going back over to our ocean monument and setting up our conduit so that we can get to work. Now there's a very particular way to set up a surround for a conduit so that you get the best area of effect. But there are plenty of references, tutorials on the internet that you guys can check, and it's on the wiki I think as well, so I won't bore you with the details because it's relatively simple. But what I will do is I'm going to nip in here and steal some more prismarine blocks because that's what we've got to make this surround out of. And then I'm going to pop it, if I can do it without dying, pretty much right there at the front of the temple area, so that we have a good area of effect that we can work in all throughout the monument itself. Then I'm going to get to work emptying it out from the top to the bottom, starting with this top room right here, which is the uppermost room of the monument itself. And once I've dried this out, I can pop down some furnaces here to continue to dry my sponges as I go, and make my way down into the monument itself. With the conduit power running as it is now, it should be a fairly easy job, just steadfast and steady to get through it all and complete this so that all we have is a shell of a monument when we're finished. And that's going to look something like this. And that's that finished. Another job completed for today. And it all went pretty well. Pretty straightforward, to be honest. No deaths or anything. There's a couple of hairy moments, but we got away with everything fairly lightly, I think. But what was the point of all of that, Micro? Well, you may ask. A couple of reasons for doing this, the way that we've done it here. Number one is to get our hands on some of these glorious blocks here. We have 3/4 of a double chest worth prismarine. Right there, we've got some dark prismarine and of course a double chest, a full double chest of prismarine bricks plus a tiny little bit more. I mean, that plus the sea lanterns, which are in themselves enough reason to go hunting, really made it worthwhile to clear this out. But the second reason, and the main reason for emptying it of water at least, was to make sure that we're limiting the spawning areas for these naughty boyos out here. As I get my ass kicked, let's stay indoors. We don't want those fellas spawning in here if we can manage it. At least we have some control over whether they do or not. So why not control it? Because the farm that we'd like to build here is totally relying on those guys spawning around the edge, the outside of the monument, and not inside here, and all getting pulled into a central area. If they were inside here, that wouldn't happen. So we've done that hard work now. The farm itself is going to have to wait till the next episode, because I've run out of time for this one, but I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, come on back for the next one. Until then, stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.